Greetings, friends. I want to welcome you to Jim's In-Town Gardening and Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. I want to thank you. This is going to be Monday. What's today's date? It is going to be the 18th for you. This is actually Sunday, the 17th. I just got done delivering a message in the J&L Ministries Pal Talk room. For those that are interested in the messages that was delivered, you can go to our J&L Ministries YouTube channel. I'll leave a link in the bottom to that. I haven't figured out how you do it on the top and all that. I know a lot of people point right there. I haven't figured that out yet. Anyways, it's a beautiful day here in Maine. Sunny. In fact, I've got, well, the door was open there, but because of light, I've got this one shut. I got my fan running behind me. It's a little warm in here. There's a lot of sun that's been shining through. We get a few clouds that pass, but for the most part, it's pretty bright. Rabbits are all healthy and happy, and I just came out to do a check, make sure everything was going good. Babies were doing fine. Was able to sell one of Donna's babies to a girl, young girl, yesterday. Her grandmother brought her down. And from the picture that I just received a little while ago, that little baby is happy. The young girl hopefully is happy too. That was one of my things. In fact, I texted her today. I said that I hope that, the rabbits bringing much joy to your family, because that's what Leanne and I hope. I enjoy the rabbits for ourselves, but, the rabbits that we breed, especially the pet rabbits that go to a home, that's what we're hoping for, is that they're loved, that they bring a lot of joy to the families. Just as they've brought joy to us. Even some of the rescues that we've gotten, they bring joy. Faith, Hope, and Moses. They were so sickly looking when we brought them here. They were very, very malnutritioned. From what the kids said, they were raised in a little cat carrier. It's no way to run to raise bunnies. It's a big reason why I've gone to these bigger cages. My bigger does, ones that are having their babies, they're in 30 by 36 cages. The mothers are weaned usually about 5.5 to 6 weeks. And then, as I'll show you, I've separated the Mandy's babies, boys and girls, babies, boys and girls, to give them more room. Now with babies, she's got, with Mandy, she's got 2 boys. So they're in a cage by themselves, and the other 5 are separated. So where do we start? I guess I'm going to start with this handsome little boy. Bear with me. I want to show you the little lion head from Donna's babies that we're going to save. It's a little buck. There was one particular bunny that she had, and I said, if that's a buck, I'm keeping this one. And he's just, he's adorable. And does he love to be pet? He's looking at me right now to be pet. So give me just a minute. Okay, welcome back, friends. This is Donna's baby. This is the one male that we kept. Leanna's named him Carlos. And he was just here. He wanted to be pet, and I was trying to get settings ready. And hey, little boy. Hey, sweetie. He is just the sweetest thing. Usually, every time I come out here, he's looking to be pet. And, but I've got a camera, and I want to show everybody else, so that's when they change. Anyways, my wife loves the group El Divo. We had gone down to see them about 1.5 years ago down in Portland, and one of her favorite singers of the 4 is Carlos, so she called this one Carlos. This is one that I plan on using to breed with Benji, who didn't end up being a male. Anyways, this will be her mate, probably sometime next year, maybe late in the fall. We'll see how things go. I want to grow him up and make sure that he's ready. So, anyway, he's going to be a sweet little boy, I think. He's very affectionate, loves to be held. So, excited with him. Next, I will show you Mandy and her babies. Of course, her babies are just about an 8 weeks now. Mandy's chilling up in one of the top cages. Let's see, Mandy's babies will be 8 weeks on the 23rd. She's just chilling. Before I take you down there, I want to show you Sugar's babies. I'm going to have to take the camera off to do this. Hopefully I don't press any of the little buttons. Hey, Sugar. She's over chilling. Now she's a doe that, she's probably not fond of me being in here with her babies, but she deals with it. They have grown. Where are all you guys? Nice, sweetheart. I'm just going to show everybody your babies. Yeah, there's one of them. She had 5. Of course, she was bred to Buster, so they're all white. These guys are only about a week old. And that one's eyes are trying to open up. And something I've got to do is check on and make sure. This girl pulls fur. She is constantly pulling fur. Every day she's pulling fur. Super mom. Just loves to be a mom. There's other ones, they do a good job, but this girl here, she just loves to be a mom. All right, so Mandy's babies. Now, these are going to be the does. And hopefully there's going to be enough light in here. Hey, sweeties. I find it amazing. I come out to do videos on Sundays, show you guys what they are, and this is when everybody is just laying. They're just chilling. Now, I'd love to have you guys see what they are most of the day. They are growing. They're growing nice. A lot of interest in these. I know 2 are going down in the southern part of the state. Not when they turn 8 weeks, but after babies turn 8 weeks, because she's going to buy one of these and one of hers. Okay, so these are the 2 little boys. Hey, sweetie. This is probably the one I'm going to match her up with. Although they're both good. But I thought I'd give her the lighter color if that's what she chose. Both are sweet little boys. Hey, baby. Hey, babies. You going to go to eat? So they've done well. I'm happy with what Mandy has done. Now look at babies. They've all been weaned. Here's baby. If I can get my finger out of the way so you can see. Hey, sweetie. She is a mom that's recuperating. She did so well with her babies, but she got tired out. That was the first time. Had 11 babies, 9 that survived, and she was so tired. She laid around. She did well with them, but So here's the does. They all want to come to the front, of course. Hey, babies. Hey, babies. Got quite a bit of interest in these guys, too. A lot of people love that color. I love when they flop down on their backs. I think that's so cute the way they do that. Good babies. Yes. So those are the little does. And here's the bucks. You can tell they're really afraid of me. So she did a great job with them. They eat well. Okay, now let's see. Now we'll go up to Donna's babies. And Donna did what she did last year. Last year she had, I made a hook for this, and there it goes. Last year she had 7 babies, and she had 1 girl, and that's Mindy. This year she had 7, and only 1 doe. So, not sure why that works, but these guys are so curious. The one that came yesterday, she took the most lion head out of, other than the one we're keeping, and named it Midnight. So that was cute. One of the things that I do with especially the youngsters that are getting the babies is the chair that I sit in here. I'll have them sit down, and I'll pass them the rabbit that they're interested in, and put that one in her lap, and there was a bond right there. She was probably sitting there for a good 15 minutes. What are you doing? What are you doing? And they became best friends. So that's good. That's good. That's what I hope for. So these are up for sale. I'm not sure if anybody watching this, if you're from Maine and in this area, if you're looking for a pet type rabbit, all 4 of these are for sale. They're all bucks, as near as I can tell. I'm going to have to check again. I thought the little brown one in the corner was a doe, and when I checked yesterday, it's not a doe. It's a little buck. Hard to tell at that age. Mindy is Donna's baby. Hey, sweetheart. You need some hay, too. Mindy is last year's baby from Donna. She was the only doe, and I had really high hopes to breed her. That's why we had gotten Benji. And I brush Benji at least once a week, and a lot of times it's twice a week. Same with this girl here. She's brushed. She needs to be brushed again. Anyways, I brought Mindy into Benji's cage, and they went round and round and round that cage. I mean, it was unreal. And then and that didn't work, so I brought Donna up there, and no part of it. Well, I got brushing Benji, and Benji was not a little buck. Benji's a little girl, so I don't have a buck to breed these 2. So, anyways, I'm not sure. There's a girl that was interested, and then there's something going on. Don't need to know what it is. That's between them, but there was some family issues, so she's going to pass for now. I don't know if she's going to be interested later. This would make a sweet girl. Mindy has always been super sweet. She's going to play shy. Super sweet bunny. Loves to be made of. When I brush her, she just settles in my lap and good girl. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with her yet. Then we have Daisy. Yeah, most of you probably remember I said she doesn't like people messing with her babies. I just touched that nest box and she wants to chew. She's warm. Now I see her babies are up front, so I'm hoping that I can let you guys see how they're doing. Hey, baby girl. I'm going to borrow your babies for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to borrow your babies. Easy. Can you go over on the other side? Go on the other side. And so what I'm going to do, maybe. I'm thinking you can probably see them okay. I know there's some way in the back of the cage, but aren't those precious, the brown ones? Oh, the fawn colored ones are too, but she's doing a good job with them. She just doesn't like me messing with them. Okay, so I've been wondering on these updates. I know I've been showing, some of the babies. I'd like to take you through and show you all the rabbits. Of course, that's going to get time consuming, especially if I give you history of all of them. I could go on for 15, 20 minutes just on Sugar. Sugar was a doe that everybody said I should have got rid of. I think she's proven herself since then. There's one person that had said, they'd be interested in watching me do my feeding in the morning. And you know what? I might set up the camera to do that. It's really simple. What I do is I go through all my adults and I give everybody 6 sunflower seeds. That's my start. I go all the way around, start this end, go around, come to this end. Then I go and I give out my grain according to, what their needs are. Are they a nursing doe? Anyways. And then usually at noontime is when I feed the hay. I fill those hay balls out, and I know a lot of people have been interested in those hay balls. If you're interested in those, go to PetSmart. They're the only ones that have those, I guess. They've bought the rights out. I like them. They work good. I don't have a lot of wasted hay. It also gives some of the rabbits something to play with. Some of them will bop around, bop it with their head. The little satin mini Rex buck that we've got here, ever since we got him, we have been treating him for sore hocks, and he had an awful case. Bad enough there was infection coming out of it. Now they are healing up better. There's hair growing on a good part of it. But what I was getting at is when I put him back in the cage after we spray the stuff that we use, that's the first thing he does is goes to his hay ball and grabs a mouthful of hay and chomps on it. So those hay balls have really been good. Now I don't know if you noticed in any of the cages, one of the things, hey Midnight, I'm going to borrow something for a minute. Hey sweetie, good girl. It's okay. Rabbits like to chew. And what I've been doing is my neighbor had a apple tree cut down, and I've gone and I've taken some of the limbs of the apple limbs, and I put these in. They love to chew on them, and there's nutrients that from the apple tree that is good for the rabbits. So now, as I say this, don't go and just cut down any tree and throw any limbs in your cages or where you keep your rabbits. You need to search and find out what is good. There's some that are very poisonous to rabbits. I know apple is good, and maybe at some point that's an update I'll do. What are some of the good woods that you can give your rabbits for them to chew on? What are some of the herbs that you can grow to help your rabbits out? And as I say that, remember all things in moderation with rabbits. Rabbits have such a complicated stomach. You don't make big changes with rabbits on their feed. Whenever I buy a rabbit in, usually what I'll do is I'll ask them if the one I'm buying them from, if I can have a small, bag of grain, whatever they've been feeding. So when I bring them home that next morning, what I'll do that night, usually I'll give them a little bit just to carry them through the night, help them settle in. The next morning, I take half of what they were getting used to, or getting for food, and then I would give them the other half of what I feed, whether it's the 16%, the 18%, whatever. And I'll do that for about a week. The lady that came and bought for her granddaughter yesterday, I gave her enough for probably a little over a week if she mixes it half and half. That's what I do with the rabbits that I sell. I think it's that important. Don't make rapid changes. Study to show what rabbits can eat, and don't go to just one source. Go to many sources. Find out what the general choice is, from different places that you watch. Lettuce. I'm going to be planting lettuce, so for those that are looking forward to my garden, hopefully I can video some of the gardening tomorrow. I'm going to be planting lettuce, spinach, hopefully onions, and peas. So if you want to know how I do it with my Back to Eden garden, I'll video that and I will share that on Friday. The other thing is I got to get some of my tomatoes and peppers, and I'm going to stick them up here in the trays. They'll get plenty of sunlight. So in the description or in the comment box, what is it you'd like to learn about raising rabbits? Or maybe you saw something and maybe you want to say, I do it this way. Because I'm open to hear, how other people are doing it. The same as what I share. It works for me here in Maine. It may not work for you wherever you might be. Your Rabbitry might not be set up to do that. I was listening to Mark, Arkansas woodcutter, and I understand what he's saying. I have the rabbit trays underneath my cages. It works for me because I don't want the rabbit manure going right down onto the wooden floor that I put in. But if you look in, hopefully you can see in that tray. That tray was cleaned out this morning, and that's how I do all my trays each day. If you're raising your rabbits, outside, maybe you've got a canopy like this with open sides, you can get by with letting your droppings fall on the ground and rake them up, whatever. One of the other things that would be neat is easy, honey. I'm sorry. One of the other things that you could do is make a box underneath where your pellets are dropping down. Raise worms in there. I've seen a lot of channels where that's what they do. That's a great thing. Now you're really making use of the rabbit manure, and you've got the worms that you could sell. Use them to go fishing. I'm hoping to do some fishing this year, although I don't know where the time's going to come from. But anyways, leave a comment. Leave a comment there. Love to hear, and I know I've got some who every single week they watch, they comment, they like what they're seeing. I have so many comments about how calm my rabbits are. That didn't come easy. It took a lot of patience. It took being out here. It took me building this building to get them to that point. So again, friends, I want to thank you so much for taking some time. I'm not sure. I'm hoping this is going to be a short video. Um, oh, by the way, Leanna said the last video I did, I'm very forgetful. She made me curtains for the rabbit barn because I got the fan going so you can't see it real well. It's got a lot of Bible scriptures on it, which if you come to our house, you're going to find that too. So really excited. The other thing, in the next week or two, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be adding an addition to this building. This building is 12 by 20. In the front, I'm going to build a 10 by 12, kind of an entrance place that I can keep my hay. I might even put my water barrels out there. Bunch of the other things so I can free up some of the space in here. Not sure if I'm going to video that or not. The one that's going to be helping me do that actually is going to be doing the job. I'll help him. I don't know how he's going to feel about being on video, but I can show you some of the steps that we do. I'm excited for that. That's going to be exciting to get that done. So, another thing before I sign off, I do want to say, here in Maine, I'm seeing, just as I came out today, this is the first time I've seen them. There's a few flies in the barn. Because I dairy farm most of my life, I know how quick flies can come. It's why you'll see my floor is normally swept a couple, 3 times a day. I've got Faith, the second little white one that I showed you. She's the one that will tip her water bottle or a water bowl over. A couple, 3 times a day, she'll just flip it over. It's a plaything with her. I've got some others that drizzle their water bottles. And if you've got stuff that's down there, the crumbs, the dust that comes out of the grain and that gets into the water gets into that is a place where flies are going to go. It's another reason why I clean these guys out every single day. I had fly strike last year, and if you don't know what that is, it's where a fly comes, it lays its eggs. 3 hours later, you've got the larva, and if it's on an animal in a wound or whatever, it starts eating into the flesh and into the bone. I don't want to ever go through that again. My wife's coming, and she doesn't want to be on camera. So, with flies, make sure you get your fly strips up, something to prevent them. You don't want them in your rabbits. Love you guys. God bless you.